Hey guys, it's your girl Tally. And listen up, guys, because I'm so tired of it, okay? And it's like I said, it's your girl Tally. I'm so tired of it, guys. I'm tired of the devaluing of human beings. I'm tired of people on the internet trying to tell us how we should value ourselves, rating us on scales, rating human beings on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm tired of all of that. First of all, we are human beings, God's creations, and some of us God's sons and daughters. You do not take such intricate, valuable creations, the value of a human being. All right, even when we see how Christ died on the cross for us, how much we mean to God. Like, you don't take that and try to diminish the value of us. Like, we clearly see that our value is something that it cannot be easily explained. It is not something that we should take lightly. It's not something we should take for granted. And it's so deep that it's not a surface level thing. It's so deep that we can't even portray, we can't even convey the value that we have within us or of another human being. We can't convey it because it's so deep. It's hard to put in words. So I'm so tired of people on the internet talking about people. I don't care whether they feel like these people have made certain mistakes in their lives, whatever they feel like is like, it's them who feel like, oh, this is a mistake. Oh, because they did this, because they did that, they're somehow less valuable than someone else. But usually they're really comparing that person to themselves. Because this person did something that I didn't do, this person is less valuable than me. I don't see as much value. And I'm so tired of the rhetoric. I'm so tired of the narrative. Like, every day I see why that God tells us, like, do not be conformed to the way of this world, but be renewed by his word, be renewed in your mind. Because if you fall victim to the way of this world, one thing that I see is that everybody, you talk to anybody in this world, 9 out of 10 times, people are dealing with depression. People are struggling with insecurity. They're struggling with something about themselves. Why? Because this world wants everybody to feel like they are not worthy. Because you did this, because you're not this, because you don't have this, because you didn't reach this level, because you don't have this and that, because you did this and that, for some reason that you are worthless. You are worthless. You are worthless. And I'm beginning to really despise it. God already showed us that no matter what we have done, no matter what we did in the past, no matter what we are going to do in the future, God already showed us that we have so much value to him. He already showed us it doesn't matter what we're going to do. We are forgiven for it. Not to say that that's still consequences for our actions, but consequences or not, God has shown us that he has forgiven us. So when he forgives us, the Bible says he throws it in a sea of forgetfulness. When it's thrown into that sea, he remembers it no longer. So we are free. We are washed clean. We are made new. And we're like in a dress of all white. We're as white as snow, as the song says. So what gives anybody the right? What authority does any of these people online have to say that because we did this, because this happened, because, especially when they talk about women, because a woman has this amount of sexual partners, because a woman is not a virgin, because a woman has children, because a woman is divorced, because a woman is this, because a woman is not married, because a woman is this. What authority do these people have to tell people that they're not valuable because of the same things that God says, regardless of this, or even because of this, you are valuable to me? What right? And we really got to start checking ourselves, because we are living in a dating age, like God said. Like, people think that they're wise in their own eyes. Like, in your own eyes, you wake up in the morning, don't Didn't nobody tell you nothing, but in your own eyes, when you woke up in the morning, because you have a little bit experience under your belt, you feel like you are so wise and you have the right to tell people what their value is. You feel like you have the right to rate people on a scale and tell them how good they look or how good they don't look. What gives you the right? And the only thing I can think of that would give you the right is you're operating from a place of brokenness. You're operating from a place where you feel worthless. You think that one thing that you probably have over that somebody, you think that makes you. And if you're a human being on this earth, we know that there's nothing in this world. I don't care how much accolades you get. I don't care how much people you have around you. I don't care how much money you have. Just by being a human being and living a little, you already know that there is nothing in this world that can fill you up. There's nothing in this world that can make you whole like love, like the love of God. Not even a human being's love, because human beings are imperfect creatures. Like, people are rating other people like they're not imperfect themselves, but we already know human beings are imperfect creatures. So there's nothing that this world can give you, sex, love, drugs, money, whatever they call it. There's nothing that this world could give you that can make you whole, that can make you feel good about yourself long term, that can make you feel like you don't need anything else. It is only the love of God that makes people whole. Because if it wasn't that, then you wouldn't see that people who you feel like they built themselves up to a certain level. They have the business, they have the car, they have the house, they got the fame, they got the fortune. People who have that are still struggling with depression. They're still struggling with suicidal thoughts. So everything that these people are coming on these podcasts and coming in the media and telling people what they worth, and they're saying if they have this, they're not worthy. Like, you're lying. Bottom line, you are lying to these people, because none of these things that they claim that makes you valuable, in the long term, none of these things mean anything. And then they try to make you choose a partner based on things that are fleeting, things that actually mean nothing into the grand scheme of things. And these are the people we're looking at to judge if somebody's the right partner for us. They're setting us up for failure. They're setting you up for failure. And the whole mindset, I'm telling you right now, because coming from somebody who used to struggle a lot with self-worth and value and self-esteem, the only time I started to be made whole within myself is when I gave my life to God for real. I started living for God for real, and I started seeing myself. God started opening my eyes to help me to see myself through his eyes, to see how much I'm valuable to God, to see how much God loves me. That's the only thing that made me whole. It couldn't be losing all this weight. It couldn't be the college degree. It couldn't be being an independent woman. It couldn't be any accolades. It couldn't be any promotions I got. It had to be God to really open my eyes to see that. Because I'm telling you, people have all what they have. People have everything what they have, and they still not right from within. They still feel like they don't want to be here from within. They still feel like they're not worth nothing from within. So why would people get online, and why would we even listen to those people who get online to try to categorize people, try to demean people, try to make people feel less based on what they did, mistakes they made, things in life? It's all a lie from the enemy. And like I said, the only thing this world wants to do is to make people feel like they are not good enough. That's what I'm seeing. That's why right now, like for the past few months, probably the past year, all I've been trying to do is to buy out of that. All that feeling insecure, feeling not good enough things, all I've been doing is challenging those mindsets. When those thoughts come in my mind, and when I hear people speak things that affect me and make me feel like, oh, like I'm not worth it because I don't have this, or I have this, or I didn't reach this level yet. all I do is cast down those thoughts. Because if I look around and I see that almost everybody is struggling with insecurity or depression or feeling like they're not worthy, that means I feel like there's a setup in this world that's trying to make everybody feel like that. So once I see like this is a setup, that's when I have to really make the decision. And you have to make the decision in yourself that you're not going to buy into that. Especially as a woman, I know that they're making men feel like this, because it's a lot of men coming on trying to bash women and try to demean women. So if anybody who tries to bash another person in general or demean another person in general, that person is experiencing a lot of insecurity, doesn't feel whole within themselves. That person is broken and lost in themselves. So it's like everybody, the people who spew it, they're experiencing that within themselves, because I'm telling you, there's nobody who feels like they're valuable for real. I'm not talking about for fake, not for the camera. People who really feel like they're valuable, people who really feel like they're worthy, people who actually did the work in their life to build up their self-esteem and to see themselves through God's eyes. There's nobody who's actually done that level of work, and they would come online and try to bash people and try to belittle people and try to demean people, because it's only that hurt people. So if I see a lot of men bashing women or bashing each other and trying to tear each other down, I know those men are broken. If I see a lot of women trying to bash each other or bash other men and try to tear people down and try to put people in low categories because of things they've done in their life, I know that those people are lost and they're broken and they're blind. And we got to be aware of what we listen to more than ever. If you want to glow up, if you want to grow, if you want to change your life, you really got to monitor what you listen to. Everybody does not have the right to speak into your life. And I'm talking about physical people that you know in your day-to-day life, but I'm talking about people that we listen to on the internet. Those people, you shouldn't be watching and listening to all those people. Those little reels that pop up on Instagram even, we should learn how to scroll right past them, because we're not supposed to be listening to those things, because they're going to tell you something and you're going to reflect it on your life. They're going to say something that you've done in your life. Maybe you have kids by different baby fathers. Maybe you had an abortion. Maybe you had multiple sex partners. Maybe you're divorced. Maybe you haven't got married yet and you're over a certain age, or maybe you just haven't gotten married yet. Maybe you didn't finish school. Maybe you didn't do this. Maybe you didn't do that, right? They're going to say a whole bunch of things. Maybe your body shape is not where you want it to be. Maybe they're going to tell you something about your skin tone, your complexion, like your hair texture, your face, your look. I'm telling you, anything you want to find to feel less about yourself, to feel down about yourself, this world got it for you. This world is going to feed it to you. So this is more than ever, guys. You have to be aware of what you listen to. Everything can't be listened to. You cannot absorb everything, because this world, the only thing it's trying to do is to tear you down. So if you're trying to glow and grow up and feel better about yourself and not allow yourself to be like everyone else in the world, feeling insecure, feeling like they're not enough, then you have to really not listen to these things. These things, I feel like they're from the enemy. This is the first day I'm like realizing, like, a lot of these things, this is the things that the enemy put in this world to keep us unfocused, because these things, there's no real solution in these talking and all this talking and all this back and forth and all these debates. Rarely is there any real solutions and like real, like, good solutions to the problem that build people up and make people better. These things just go all around in circle, and we never arrive at anything good. We never arrive at anything that is good and that is whole, that uplifts people. It never gets there. So that means these conversations are pointless distractions to our life, and they're here to get us on, like, we're trying to be aligned, but they're here to unalign us and have us distracted, so we don't focus on what the matter is at hand. So we don't focus on the love that God has for us. So we don't focus on the purpose that God has for us. So we don't focus on what really matters, which is showing up and being your best self and giving whatever you have to offer to this world to your family, to people around you, to showing up as your best self and just doing what you're called to do here. Like, it never serves to put you into that place. So if anything you're doing, you're watching, you're listening to doesn't put you in that better place, you have to reconsider what you're watching. You have to reconsider what you're absorbing, because believe it or not, whether you think that they're just entertainment or not, these things really come to try to tear people down subconsciously. Subconsciously, you're thinking that you're not good enough in your mind because you have this, because you did this, because you don't have this, because you have this. Like, subconsciously, that's what it's trying to do to you. So you have to be more, like, you have to be fiercer than ever about this. I'm so tired of these conversations. I'm so tired of it. Please, you have to see yourself through God's eye view of you. You have to see how much value you have. You can't allow this world belongs to the enemy. You can't allow this world to define who you are. For years, I was looking for validation, acceptance in this world, and I never got it. All I got was more emptiness, more insecurity, more things to be insecure about, more things to feel bad about myself about. This world will never give it to you. I always speak about this. Whatever you're looking for, if you're looking for validation, you're not going to find it in this world. If you're looking for real love, you're not going to find it in this world. There's things that only God can fulfill in you. And this is what we need to seek for. I'm telling you nothing but the truth. What you're looking for, it's not here. It's not here. So really, guys, for real, guard your mind, guard your thoughts, guard your heart, and stop allowing these human beings who are broken within their self, who struggle with their value within their self, who think that their accolades or things they accomplish in life or things they have in their life gives them value. Stop listening to them, because they're broken too. These people, I guarantee, they're going to bed at night with their mind unstable too. And if their mind is not unstable, it's not unstable because they are deceived into thinking that what they have is something. It makes them whole. It makes them better than somebody, and it doesn't. But one day everybody's going to see the error of their ways. You're not going to live like that forever. One day you're going to see the error of your ways. So you're going to see what you were spewing online, all that hate you were spewing online. It came to nothing. It came to nothing. It meant nothing. You thought you was going to choose a partner by that stuff. It actually meant nothing. And now you chose somebody who is the consequence. That person is a punishment for the way you were thinking, and now you got to deal with the consequences of your actions. But you don't know that until it's too late, because you were deceived in your mind. You were making things that don't matter, things that are fleeting, things that are materialistic, things that are do not last forever. You was making it the forefront, and you was putting the things that really mattered in the back, and now you have to pay the consequences for that. But go ahead and pay them, because in reality, you deserve it. You deserve, just like you're telling people that, they may have made mistakes in their past, or, they may have something, or they may not have something, just because you're telling them that they deserve this and they're not valuable now, because now you had it, right? You told them they weren't valuable, but you thought you had it. So you went to go choose and make decisions of your life because you think you have it. And now you find out that it actually means nothing. It actually came to nothing. So if they deserved it then you deserve it now, because you had it and you still made the wrong decision, right? So stop listening to these people. Stop listening to people. What I just said now is people who are coming online and they're telling people that they are not valuable because of this, and that. Those same people, they feel like they have it. They feel like they have it together. So they're making decisions out of what they feel like is important. So when they see that their mindset actually really means nothing, and it comes to nothing, and it's not long lasting, and their choices that they made because they feel like they had the one up on the rest of us, or they were so much better than the rest of us. The choices they made, when they find out that those choices led them they were really poor choices, and it really led them down the wrong path, and by that time it's probably going to be too late. When they find that out, they're going to deserve, that's what they deserve, because they really thought they had it and they still made the wrong decision, and they chose things that really meant nothing. They chose to highlight things, they chose to put things in the front that really, really meant nothing. So A lot of the times you hear these people talking, it really don't mean nothing. They're not speaking about nothing. It's like, it's not substantial. These things are going to come to waste. They're going to fall by the wayside, and they're going to really see the error in their way. So stop listening to them. I'm tired of it. There's no human being on earth that has the authority to tell another human being that they don't have value. Like, what in this world would make you think that? Like, you are delusional and you are deceived if you ever feel like you are able to tell another human being their value. You are delusional and you're deceived if you ever think that you are allowed to rate another human being on a scale of 1 to 10. You are delusional. Your mind is corrupted and you're suffering, and you need to come up out of that. You need to find out who Jesus Christ is, and you need to be renewed in that mind. If not, you're going to be led down the wrong, destructive path. And you can only blame you can only blame yourself for your mistakes. Because in your heart, I know, even though you're spewing that hate and you have that destructive mindset, and you have that wrong thinking, even though you describe to that, there's something in your heart that's telling you, like, this is the wrong way. There's something in your heart. There's your morals that are embedded in every human being that's telling you what you're saying is wrong. But you're still choosing to think that way, so you're going to get the consequences of your actions, of how you speak, because of that. Because you decide to ignore your conscience, your moral compass, and your conscience. But that's all I have to say, y'all. Y'all keep it right, keep it tight out here. Don't let anybody try to devalue you. You need to find out who you are if you don't. But even if you don't know who you are, just know that your value is more than gold, more than rubies. You got to know what the Bible say about you, sis. You got to know what the Bible say about you, bruh. You got to stop subscribing to what this world got to say. All right, so y'all be good. I'm about to go inside. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.